And any other questions? I could have answered all the questions. Yes, ma'am.
States' rights and national rights, whatever. Our Secretary of State comes to Arizona for the United Nations. When did the United Nations have?
Oh, I can't wait for him to try that junk with me. No, I intend to keep Eric Holder so busy he's got no time to mess around with Arizona. No, this is about a full frontal assault against these guys who are in a full frontal assault against us. I mean, I am a Marine, I'm a little aggressive, but aren't you glad I'm on your side? Yes, sir.
The gentleman that spoke earlier about the Environmental Protection Agency that wants to take over the state of Delaware.
Exactly. Perfect example. You file lawsuits against the EPA. I'm sure we have our own conservation groups, or not groups, but government entity. I'm not sure what it's called. And like I said, I don't know all the little specifics, but I understand basic concepts. And the basic concept of the Constitution is not being followed. When the EPA can come in here and tell us what we can do with our own state land, that's a violation of the 10th Amendment. The federal government has got no business even owning any land in this state. They can lease it from us. I've been studying this stuff since I was 12 years old. I've not gone to college. I just read a lot of books, do a lot of online studying. I run my own small business. I seal coat and line stripe parking lots and driveways, to pay the bills. And so I'm just, like Joe the plumber, only Doug the seal coater. After so many years of watching the different election cycles, the first one, 92, that I really remember watching was, Perot's run. And I argued with my father, 12 years old, and said, if I was old enough to vote, I would be voting for Perot. As my father was saying, no, Perot needs to drop out because we definitely don't want Clinton. Well, Perot was the closest that we got to actually getting a real president. I mean, look at the time, we had either a Kissinger boy or a Skull and Bones. That's not much of an option for the people. And now that we have the enlightenment of the internet, which I think is the primary reason for the rise of these Tea Parties, is because people are finally, they have the information at their fingertips. We're not being brainwashed by ABC, NBC, CBS. We can form our own thoughts with the information that we have in our hands.
Wrote it two things. He made us very, very much acquainted with the concept of balancing the budget. The other thing he did, he talked about that sucking wind. And we're experiencing very, very much in our pocket. So we have to give that man a tremendous amount of credit for bringing up concepts that were completely alien to the American public.
Something I'd like to just kind of get through my economic philosophy. I come from the Austrian school, where the opposite of that is a Keynesian, which I consider counterfeiting. But basically, in order to get jobs back, in order to get our national sovereignty through manufacturing back, there's a couple of things that we have to do, and there's nothing that my office can have any real part in. I mean, I can support them in any legal ways that I could, but this is basically up to your legislatures. Number one, we have to get out of NAFTA and GATT, and I would include the U.S. in that too. We reevaluate every trade agreement that we have with every other country. If they're manipulating their currency down and or using slave labor, then we are going to add tariffs to the products that come in to our country to make them price-wise with our products.
Gold standard.
Number two, the gold standard. Number two, the gold standard. We have to get our currency back on a firm foundation of physical metal, gold or silver. And we have to stop the ability of these banks to print the money out of nothing and to inflate our currency. Look, if you saved $30, 20 years ago, what's it worth now? It's worth less. Where if 30 years ago you had bought gold, where would it be now? I'm a big advocate for putting pension systems into physical metals and being held in a vault. I mean, it's a way of protecting your wealth. You work very hard for everything that you earn. Why not hold on to that value and fight this inflation beast and move it into gold and silver? And I'm not giving anybody financial advice this evening either. Yes, sir.
You say you don't have no college?
No college.
That's good, because look at the problem we've got with it.
Let me tell you something. I'll come out and say it. I've met Chip Flowers a couple of times, and let me tell you, he is a Keynesian, he's an admitted Keynesian, and he scares the crap out of me. When he talks about a bold plan, he's got bold ideas for your money. And I mean, that's why I'm a big supporter of Colin Biddy, because his slogan is, "It is your money." And the government shouldn't be involved in investing or offering loans. It should be done by individuals with real savings. When you have a group of bankers that are just creating the money out of nothing, and on top of it adding interest, where does the interest come from? It comes when eventually somebody declares bankruptcy because there's not enough currency in the system to pay back the loans plus interest. And then the banks use these fake fiat dollars to take in possession of real assets, property. Gold and silver is what they're buying big in now. Real estate.
They're actually loaning money to banks at zero interest. And the banks are not lending money, they're investing in governments, secure government treasuries that pay interest. So the government is giving them money so they can suck money out of the government. You know, it's amazing.
If TARP was going to be successful at all, if TARP was going to be successful at all, that money should have gone directly to the people in order to pay off debt. Instead, they gave it to banks so that they can consolidate more power and basically bankrupt you faster. What these guys are trying to do is backstop somewhere between $700 trillion and $1.5 quadrillion worth of derivatives, which are side bets in this casino gulag we call the stock market. This thing is completely manipulated through high-frequency trading models, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley. These are the criminals. Lloyd Blankfein, Jamie Dimon, Alan Greenspan. One thing at a time, guys. All right, he's kicking me off here. It was great talking to you, and I'll be around for a little while.